in a minute. The idea for ballooning came about hundreds of years ago in the Orient, where they folded small paper objects into hollow shapes. They hold the shapes over the candle, and the smoke would rise up into them. They'd go up the ceiling, and eventually they'd cool off, and they'd turn over, and they'd come back down. This idea of paper folding, which later became known as origami, traveled from country to country with sailors and merchant ships until the late 1700s, where in France, two brothers by the name of Montgolfier, and if you speak French, that's Montgolfier, decided to build a very large-scale paper folding, not quite the size of the 90,000 cubic foot balloon we flew in today, but probably about half that size or so. They got themselves wet grass, dead leaves, animal skins, everything you could think of to make this thick, black, smelly smoke. So they fanned the flames, the smoke filled the balloon, and as it did, the balloon began to lift, and they thought, it's just going to go up and tip over like our small ones, so they wanted to put some weight underneath the balloon. Well, they went down to the local True Value hardware store and picked out a 55-gallon Rubbermaid trash can. You're not buying the True Value hardware part?
No.
Actually, it was a wicker basket from Pier 1 Imports. Pier 1 Imports, that's where they got 200 years ago. They got their Pier 1 Imports, their wicker basket. The wicker was very sturdy and lightweight, but they were afraid that the gust of wind could still tip it over. So they went down the street to a barnyard and they got themselves some farm animals. And you know what they did? They placed them inside the basket, and we'll tell you what happens next on the next video.